get the new model on the road. We've got Sean in Fresno. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Sean.
Cool. All right. I have evidence for a spaceless, timeless, intelligent, immaterial creator. My evidence is not a faith-based assumption or personal experience, and I think all the prior theist callers you've had are stupid. They are bad representatives of Christianity. So I'm going to present you guys with some evidence for a creator, and I'm going to use the law of causality to do that. First thing, second law of thermodynamics says that the universe is running out of energy. It cannot be eternal. We know that the universe is expanding. It's getting bigger, so we know that at one point it was all together. Robert Wilson and Arnold Pentheus in 1965 discovered remnant heat left over from the initial Big Bang explosion. They discovered a Nobel Prize from that. So we know that the universe must have had a beginning. We know that at one point it was all together and it exploded out of nothing. Einstein's theory of general relativity says space, matter, and time came into existence together. Now, it's because something exists. Something must have always existed, and if the universe is eternal, then fine. The universe is what has always existed, but we know the universe is not eternal. It must have had a beginning.
Can I cut in here for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Something has always existed. It's called the universe, and we can say this because time began with the universe. There's no point to talking about something having always existed that predates the beginning of time.
Yeah, when you start talking about relativity and entropy, and these are the physical properties of our universe, and you can't extrapolate beyond the beginning because there is no beyond the beginning.
Okay, I don't agree with you. The universe has not always existed. It's been proven.
Well,
you just admitted
we didn't.
Thermodynamics.
You just acknowledged that time began when the universe began, correct?
Yes, I did.
So there's no before time. The concept of before time is a direct contradiction. Before is an application of time.
So you agree with me that something must have always existed, and you're saying that the universe has always existed?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I'm not necessarily, but go ahead.
That's what I said, and my point is, and you agree with me that that time and the universe came into existence simultaneously.
Yeah, I'm saying the
universe. So what I'm saying is the idea of always only goes back to the appearance of the universe and the appearance of time. Before there was time, it's nonsensical to talk about anything that came before. So during the entire period, when there's been time, there's been the universe. The problem I think you're trying to address doesn't exist.
Okay, I'm saying the universe couldn't have always existed. It can't be eternal because the law of thermodynamics says it's running out of energy. It can't be infinite. It can't be eternal. The universe must have had a beginning.
No, and in fact, you're wrong there too, because the current understanding of the fate of the universe is that entropy is having its way, and the universe is expanding and spreading out, and energy is dispersing. And there's going to be this thing called the heat death, where, stuff still exists, but the energy is played out. And that will be the eternal state of the universe as it continues to expand.
Okay, cool. So I actually lied to your producer and to the chat room. I'm actually an atheist. I'm just playing God's advocate.
Well, we don't really need that.
Do you guys know who Frank Turek is?
I've heard the name. But it's not.
He's like Richard Dawkins. He travels around the world presenting or trying to present arguments for the existence of God. And he's coming to my college campus tomorrow. So I just basically read his cosmological argument off his website, and I wanted to hear your guys' response to it because I wanted to have some ammo to ask him some questions and debate with him tomorrow.
So we did your homework for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Sweet.
but
So
please
he's
do
wrong
yourself
to
a
say
favor.
that the universe had a beginning. It didn't have a beginning. It's eternal.
Do yourself a favor and double check the things we've said. We're not physicists. We're passing on our layman's understanding, right? And this guy is liable to be able to catch you if you pass on anything we said and we have any of the technical details wrong, right? And then use that to shoot you down. So please take what we've said as sort of a starting point.
And the last thing, I'd recommend, if you haven't already watched it, Lawrence Krauss's lecture on A Universe from Nothing will give a better understanding of some of this. But also in the future, you don't actually have to lie to get through.
Oh, okay. I mean, just because you guys are getting less and less theist callers, more.
Well,
and
that
more
doesn't mean
fans
we want
just trying
fake
to be
theist
truthful.
callers.
So I thought it would be nice to pretend I'm a theist and try to argue for God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so much. But thanks for the call.
Okay, thanks.
I've always drawn a great deal of moral comfort from Humpty Dumpty. So all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's because there is no Humpty Dumpty and there is no God. None, not one, never was, no God.